the time on the clock, waiting clock is up, and I think I can finally officially kick off our session and welcome you here. It's really great to have you all of you here. Thank you for taking time to be here with us and hear more about free electrons. We have prepared this hour, this session for you so that you really feel encouraged to be a part of the program. In a moment, I will start with a short introduction about the program, and later on, as you probably saw, we have two guests, two participants from utility and startup side that are aware and are or part of the program to share their experience. To start with, and I exactly hear somebody have microphone unmuted. I have two requests. First of all, if you do not speak, please mute your microphone. We will have time for questions in the very end, and this is where I will really encourage you to unmute yourself and speak up. Cameras are great. It's great to see faces on the other side. Although it's a webinar, we have it as an open call. We are very, very curious to see you as well. And what helps a lot is to know to whom we are talking. So as you can see, my square has my name and company. Please also change your description so that we can identify you as well easily. Saying all of that, I think we can kick off. My name is Martyna Dudkiewicz. I will be your host for this session today. And you are all here, I don't think by chance, by a coincidence. You all heard and saw free electrons somewhere, and you are curious to get to know more about the program. We are very excited to have this session and present you better the world's really largest open innovation program in the energy sector, bringing together utilities and startups to deploy and tackle biggest challenges in the sector. On the next slides, I prepared some big numbers because we are really proud to show these metrics and describe the program with those numbers. And I think it gives you as well the idea of the scale. This is a program that has been going for many years right now. As you probably know and saw, we are in the 10th edition, meaning 9 editions have been already completed in the program. We reached 119 markets, countries, startups, representatives from that many countries, and I think we will increase this number this year. I already saw some new locations applying to the program. 131 startup finalists, startups that went through the whole program and really reached the final stages. It is a very exclusive group, and really fingers crossed for you to be in that group as well. What the program is, and I think it is really well described by being a very practical, hands-on program where you can discover opportunities, gain new partnerships, build relationships as well. And at the moment, we have more than even 250 pilots completed that were a start of a long-term relationships and partnerships between startups and utilities. Overall, this year's 12 utilities were engaged in the program. Right now we have 6, and we will go into that in a moment. And I think what might definitely be an encouraging element of the program is this practicality of that. And we can also define it by the amounts that over all these years has been invested into startups, generated value of $143 million. And we can split it between pilots, between full deployments, and as well direct investments in startups that made the part of free electrons once. So I hope with all of that, you really get an idea and the scale of the program. I cannot go further without presenting 6 companies that 6 utilities that make a part of the program, without whom absolutely it wouldn't be happening. CLP utility from Hong Kong, EDP from Portugal, E.ON from Germany, ESB Ireland, Hydro-Quebec from Canada, and Origin from Australia. So you see how program is really focused on its global reach. Here, some faces to get familiar with, and this is Beta E team. We most probably already reach out to you, and that is why you are here. You got our invitation to this webinar, and I just want to clarify, Beta E is an organization that has been working with utilities and free electrons program for many years, and we are here to support startups and utilities in making this program happen. You can count on us. You can always reach out to us if you have any questions, finding us on the email, on LinkedIn, and we are here for you. Let's now take a look and go through the structure of the program, through the timeline, so that you also can get the idea of what is happening exactly in the program. We are starting with an open call, and this is the phase where we are right now. We started in October, waiting for applications, and applications will close on 31st of January. Important date to remember. As a result of this phase, utilities will review all of the applications and will select 60 startups to move on to the next stage, to the pitch event. During that pitch event in April, 60 of selected startups will be invited to join online, and you will have a time to pitch your solution and as well participate in a Q&A session with utilities. This is a moment where utilities really look forward to get to know your solution better. They find out a lot of information from the application form, but now they would like to start evaluating your fit and potential to make a part of the final cohort. So that is happening on the pitch event in April. Moving on. Pitch event result in selecting 30 startups that will be invited to the bootcamp. Bootcamp is the first in-person moment between utilities and startups. And this year we will invite you to Portugal for the bootcamp. That will be very intensive 4 days event, during which you will have multiple one-on-one meetings, and the idea is definitely to identify opportunities for pilots, get to know your solution even better, and really have a clarity of the potential that you can bring to utilities. Bootcamp still finish with one more selection, one more decision of top 15 startups. And those 15 startups that shown really the biggest potential for collaboration for this group will be invited to the master module. During the master module, the idea is to really go deeper into conversation about potential collaborations, about the pilots that you identified during the bootcamp, and this is this working time between you and utilities to really figure out how our test can look like. The program finishes with grand finale, and this is the last module, in-person module of the program, where definitely it's as a grand finale, it is a big final of the edition. It is also a moment where very often those are the last conversation between utilities and startups about the pilots. Many of the pilots just simply pop up throughout the week, that is a really great time for celebration. The end of Grand Finale is Free Electrons Open Day. You will participate in event that will be bringing broader ecosystem investors as well, and that will be the last moment to as well showcase your progress in the program and connect more with the local ecosystem. So I hope it is clear for you. Sounds exciting. It is a very intensive time. It's a whole year program, but from the moment we meet, it is a very intensive 6 months of work. I hope you are ready for that.
Voyageurs. Et nous étions au bord de la bagarre. Nous avons donc
Hello, somebody unmuted yourself, so please just to make sure we go smoothly to the next part. Thank you very much. Right now, enough from my side. I would really like you to hear about the programs from the ones that really are there in and doing the work. Today, we would like to invite to the fireside chat two people, Christoph Kortz, VP Startup Partnerships and Venture Building at Ion Innovation Group, and Karina Yamamoto, co-founder and CEO of GridBridge. Two great perspectives of the program. We'll have some questions for you. Hello, Christoph, Karina. Great to have you here. Thank you for taking time to be here with us and share your testimony about the program and participation. Christoph, great to have you. Let's start
thanks
here.
For having me.
I'm really glad you are here with us. You will. I have some questions to Karina, to you. Karina will be back with us in a second. So let's start with questions that I have to you, and later on I will ask. Hello, Karina. We can see you. You're back. Okay, good, great. Now we can see you perfectly. I have some questions to you, and I would really like for you to share your experiences so that everyone that is today with us really hear it from first-hand experience. Starting with, I will already go to Christoph as I promised. Christoph, can you tell us why free electrons is important for utilities? What value do you get from being a part of this kind of a program that maybe you wouldn't get in traditional scouting or direct reach out? How do you see this?
Yeah, sure. Happy to share some insights. So maybe starting very high level, I guess everyone in the room heard about the energy transition, and we are a utility. We face all the challenges of energy transition. And we are in the program because we believe we can't do it alone, because it's a huge topic, many different challenges. And of course, we can have great innovation departments with 100, 500 people, but out there in the world, there are millions of people working on this topic. So it's a lever for innovation to be out there. So why this program? I see two main elements which makes this program very special. First of all, it's a global outreach. It's one of the programs you have startups from Africa, Australia, Asia. The only continent we are still a little bit lacking is Antarctica, but I think, Martina, we were working on that. But all the other continents are well represented in this program. So it gives us a perspective on what happens in the world. And honestly, what we realize is that some continents are really lagging behind us. We are happy about that. But other continents are going far away. They are much ahead of us. And it really depends on what is the challenge, what is the problem. Some continents are there and some continents are there. So it's about understanding what happens in the countries which are ahead, because we can learn from them. So global perspective, and startups from all over the world show us what's happening there. The other thing which is really relevant for us is when you imagine what is the best way to search for startups? As I said, globally. What is the best way to analyze startup is to bring the global knowledge in one room. And with utilities from all over the world, we have expertise from all over the world in the room. And learning from example from CLP, who are used to skyscrapers 30, 40 floors high in a high dense area of a really great city, Hong Kong. And on the other hand, learning from Heidelberg, they are having transition lines thousands of kilometers facing temperatures minus 30, plus 30 degrees. This is something which we don't have in Germany, but we can learn from all that to make it better. So global perspective on innovation and global expertise together in one program. Fantastic. I'm happy to be there.
Perfect. Christoph, thank you very much for this perspective. I have one more question for you, a little bit controversial, but maybe some of our participants here could, would like to ask it. I think we hear that as well, that startups often feel like working with large utilities means slow timelines, a complex decision-making process, and a lot of waiting. It takes time. Can you tell us from your perspective, how does free electrons change this dynamic or shake it a little?
Yeah, so maybe to be very honest, you are right. Utilities are not the fastest ones. To be bloody honest, this is the truth. And the free electrons program doesn't really change it in total, but it accelerates things. It massively accelerates things, and it's designed to accelerate things. So first of all, the program is designed in different modules. From one module to the other, the program is designed to develop things forward. And it's clearly focused on, at the end of the program, not always we have pilots or we have concrete project, but at the end of the program, we know, is there a fit or is there not a fit? And what is the best way forward if there's a fit into the future? So designed for this to accelerate. You can also do this directly with a corporate. Sometimes it takes years. The second thing is that you have people from the utilities in the room in free electrons who want to work with you. And I pronounce the want because not everyone in a corporate wants to work with startups. The people from the utilities want to work with you. So they are there to work with you, to enable collaboration between startups and the corporate. And we are also there to get some firepower to challenge our corporates to work with you, because coming back from free electrons and telling them, hey, have you seen that in, for example, in Australia, something works already, and you are telling me here you have no solution, why not looking at that? So it gives us all the power to challenge our departments, and that accelerates things massively, although, yes, we are still slower than startups.
Good. Thank you for this perspective, Christoph. And I wonder if any of our audience here today have questions. If you do have questions, I will encourage you to start writing them in the chat, because there will be time as well to ask questions to our guests, and we will have a whole section about the questions. We also have all our team here. If any of the questions can be answered now, they will reach out. So I encourage, and little stop here, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, leave your questions. Thank you, Christoph, for this perspective. I have two questions to you, Karina, and then I have some questions still to both of you. Karina, great to have you. Karina, you are alumni of this edition, the 9th edition, so you are fresh out of the program as well. At the very end, congratulations! You are you won the Akimota Award as well for impersonating really the spirit of free electrons. So I think the best alumni we could really invite to be here today. Can you tell us a little bit more? What did participating in free electrons mean for your company? What changed for you as a result? What progress would have otherwise taken longer or maybe didn't even happen, but the program allowed you to progress there.
Yeah, thank you so much, Martina, for inviting me and to have the opportunity to share the experience, because I don't know about the other people in the room, but I didn't know what to expect coming into Free Electrons. And for us, it was the first year. We were fresh going into the market in January. So we didn't really know how to navigate the sales cycle. We knew that it was a long sales cycle, working with utilities, working with those larger actors within the energy space. It could take time. But one thing that I really appreciated about the program is that it's structured for collaboration. And one thing that you guys should go into this program with the mentality is that the people from the utilities, they are your best sponsors. They're there because they want to learn from you, they want to collaborate, and they want to bring innovation to their teams. And your job is to make that process as easy as possible so they could be your best advocates with their business units, right? Because now doing sales within the program and outside of the program, I see how great every single person that was part of the program, even when we're not having active discussions or we were not seeing the visibility or the progress of those discussions, they were advocating for us. And never underestimate the power of collaboration, because even with Eon, the first bootcamp, we had a meeting with all the utilities but Eon, and I was like, okay, this is weird because I see so much potential. And then I went to talk to them, and the thing was that the way that I was pitching our solution to them, it was irrelevant because priorities change, and from the outside in, you don't necessarily know the most up-to-date information of what are the most burning priorities for their businesses. So when you have the opportunity to have the attention and have those utilities listening to you, it's very important that you listen to them first and understand where is the problem, where is the bottleneck, and to help to facilitate that process as much as possible, because it's a long journey. There's a lot of collaboration, there's a lot of back and forth, and the best thing that you can be is their best ally in helping them with information sharing, the specifics of how does your technology or your invention applies to their needs, so they can bring those ideas forward with the actual business units that needs your solution.
Perfect. Karina, you touched on so many topics, but thank you for this perspective. And for me, it's really great to hear that you think of the program and of your journey of after the 6 months from the bootcamp to grand finale in that way. That's really great. And can you tell us a little bit and boast a little bit about the results of what do you already is happening for you? What tangible outcomes you're getting out of the program?
Yeah, so we have one close contract with Hydro-Quebec. We're super excited to be working with a team on remote microgrids and helping them to decarbonize their energy systems. We're still in conversations with a number of utilities, including Eon. We're having a follow-up meeting with the rest of the team just before Christmas. So there's a lot of conversations going on, and those conversations also evolve. So what I also encourage is to never take a no for granted. It might be a no for now, but for example, many conversations that for us were a little bit dead with ESB or with CLP, we presented or pitch in a different light or focused on different ways that we bring value to utilities. And they came back to us and they're like, oh, this is actually interesting. We didn't know that you did that. And then those conversations got re-engaged. So it's all about understanding how to be very specific of how can you deliver and help utilities on their pain points, because you probably have an umbrella of ways that it can help them. And the more specific you can be to their, the better, the faster, the more effective you're going to be in helping them to push that conversation forward on their side.
Alina, we lost you for a second, but I think we got the end. Good.
Martina,
thank you.
When I can add on what Karina was saying,
Please.
That's also for me a very important thing. It's not just 5 startups interacts one-on-one with startups and then it's it. We also talk to the other utilities. And sometimes when we go into the program, we have a certain idea what to do with the technology which was presented, what is the best use case. And I had several moments along the program when I discussed with the other utilities where I said, oh, I wasn't aware about this use case. Maybe that could also be interesting for us. So it's a collaboration in all directions. And that makes a program very, very strong against other programs. In other programs, I'm sitting together with an innovator from a grocery store, an innovator from a chemistry industry. That's all nice, and we can talk about innovation across corporates. But here I sit together with experts in our topic, in our business field, but from different experiences. And that makes it really very strong. So sometimes we go in with an idea in white, and we go out with a black idea because it's totally different, 180% in a different direction, but at the end something comes out. So that makes it great.
Very good.
Yeah, I echo that experience because, to be honest, between the 7 utilities that we talked to last year, maybe the only same use case would have been with Eon and Origin, but with every single utility, it was a completely different conversation, a completely different focus. So I think that you should come with a very open mind and listen first to what they have to say. Maybe they already have a good idea of how they can use your technology. And sometimes you have to ask them, where are the bottlenecks? What about this area? How is the process here? Can we add any value there? Right, so.
Very good. Karina, you already answered my next question because exactly I wanted to move on to what is the success attitude that startups can have in the program. And you already mentioned here about being flexible, about listening, asking a question. Is there anything else that you think makes a startup successful when it comes to approach that they have to the program?
I think that just like utilities, they learn a lot from the other utilities. A lot of the value that we got out of the program was with the rest of startups, right? We're all in the same field. We're all selling more or less to the same type of customers. So I've learned tremendously from other startups that could bring a lot of synergies, and we're now exploring potential synergies with the other startups that we met throughout the program, people that are upstream from us, downstream. And I think that taking advantage of those in-person opportunities can actually create a lot of value, not just with utilities, but also taking the chance of talking to the other startups. It might feel like it's a competition in the beginning, but actually it's not. You're there just as much as they are discovering the program and navigating that process. So the more you can collaborate with your other peers, the better your experience as part of the program is going to be as well.
Perfect. Great. Christoph, would you add anything from your perspective?
Yeah, so maybe I add another perspective, because all this, let's say, openness and listen and discuss the technology and all that, that's absolutely a must-have. What this is about, it's a program in person, and business is building relationships, not only business relationships, but also building relationships with the ones you want to make business with. And I remember with Karina, a discussion where we were lost in time, and I think we missed some pitches because we were sitting there with a coffee and we had discussions which were not about the product. It was about country, where do you come from? So it's about getting to know people, build a relationship to the ones, because I guarantee that not all of the startups will go out of this with pilots. But if you have established personal relationships to the ones there, to the utilities and to the other startups, you always know when I give them a call, they will take the call. And that's very relevant for future business. So bring in a mindset also to develop personal relationships to the ones, because that makes the business at the end even stronger.
Very good. I'm glad you're mentioning that. Thank you, Christoph, for adding this. Very good. Karina, I hope we have your video froze, but let us know if you can hear us well.
Yes, I'm here. I don't know what's going on. I think my computer is a bit over the workday.
That's okay. We can hear you well. I hope that to all of our audience here, to all this startups listening, that's you took notes. And now the last one. Just to wrap up our conversation here. Many of the startups, I think, or our participants here have an idea what happens in the program, but many of them are still before that first step of applying. So knowing where they are, what do you have to say? What is the word of encouragement you can give to the startups now?
What is the secret recipe for success in the application process? Martina, you mentioned it at the beginning. Several hundred startups apply for that. And reading all the pitches and the input coming from all the startups, you can imagine we are not spending 5 hours for one startup. It's more or less talking about minutes. I don't have the exact numbers. So you have a limited time to differentiate against the other startups. It's a competition. And you have limited time to catch my interest that I want to hear more from you. So having said that, have in mind who is listening or who is reading your application. People from the energy industry, people who know the energy industry. So if you send a pitch which says the energy world is changing and solar is spreading and all that, I go to sleep because I have heard it 100 times. But if you send something which catches my interest, where I understand, wow, this is a USP, this is something I've never heard. And this differentiates all the other stories which maybe in the same field. I gave the example last time. We see hundreds of drone startups. So if you show what is the difference you're making against all the other drone startups, which catches the interest, and where I said, wow, I want to hear more from them. This is the secret recipe, because you have only a limited time to catch interest of the utilities in this application process of several hundred startups.
Very good. Karina, would you add anything?
Well, I didn't see any applications, so I know it's a very competitive process. And I think that what might have made us very successful is doing the homework and understanding the utilities that were looking at our application and seeing where can we add value and speak to their pain point and quantifying that pain point. And even one of the things that I found most valuable throughout the program, as Christoph said, is that we get the opportunity to make connections with them and actually become friends. And Christoph even said, like, you could have made your pitch 10 times better if you quantify that. And that's the thing that I changed at last minute for our last pitch, right? So I think that that's one of the most valuable things that I've learned from Christoph, is that you know very well who you are and what you do and what the value you bring. But I feel like
Karina, you mute, you have your microphone muted.
That's a secret. She is not sharing.
Yes, it is top secret. Tell us.
No, but I don't know when that started. So all I wanted to say is that just make sure that they're probably seeing a lot of startups that are fairly similar to you, or that could deliver the same results, But if you can quantify your results, then it's much easier to compare and to really show how effective you are. So I think that that is a great tip that actually came from Christoph itself. So
very good. Christoph, Karina, thank you very much for that. We are reaching the second part of our time now, and very soon I will ask everyone as well to join me here and go for questions. I know, Christoph, you cannot stay until the end of our time, but Karina, please stick around. I know that there are some questions to you. We will get to that in a second. Thank you one more time for that. And to everyone here, I just have last few announcements here to wrap up. Just in 5 minutes, we are going to your questions. I already saw the list is growing. I hope that after hearing both Karina and Christoph testimonies today about the program, it is clear for you what is the value proposition, what is our USP to you. It's that it is a program that will allow you to develop pilots with 6 great engaged utilities that really want to be there and hear it from you. It is a moment for you to validate, improve your solution, get valuable feedback from your future customers. It is, as Christoph said, about relationship, building a long-lasting relationship that go much beyond that 1 year that you spend together. And it's a moment for you as well to gain visibility, credibility on the market, and to discover as well opportunities in all parts of the globe. Moving on. Now, I hope you all know what you need to do, right? Go and fill out the application. You have a deadline until the 31st of January, so still a few weeks. A platform that accepts application is F-Success, and I hope you all know this. It's a popular platform. You need to set up your profile there, and in a moment, my team will send you that link for the application form. So open this up and, keep it open for today. And I really want to leave you some of the best tips how to make this application good. As Karina just said, do the research, do your homework. On Free Electrons website, you have all 6 profiles of utilities together with all the materials, websites, pitch decks. You can find out a lot about them from there. So do your research, prepare it well, make it specific. Exactly. Specific and straightforward is, again, what Christoph also mentioned. Utilities are reviewing a lot of applications, and you need to make sure that it is very easy to grasp what are you proposing, what are you bringing to the table. So think how you write it and how you present that. We are having a quite a complex system of categories and subcategories for the solutions. So also you can study this on our website. When application form is asking you to choose the category, make sure to choose it correctly. What is very good to use in your application form is definitely refer to your success stories and use cases that already happened. That gives an idea, builds a credibility. So if you present this in a good context for a good reason, that will definitely gain you some extra points. Highlight scalability, adaptability as well, because utilities want to as well see the potential for the future, how you can grow, how together you can also build something that has a far bigger impact on the market. And who is following us on LinkedIn on our website as well? Maybe you already heard something about that. But this year we are offering some extra benefits and perks to startups that apply to a specific date. So next date to apply to in order to get some benefits is 21st of December. Please remember that the final date is 31st of January, end of January, but it's a perk. Here, if you apply before Christmas, we are going to send you 3 Christmas gifts. Starting with, you are going to get from us a report with detailed challenges and pain points of utilities. It is a complementary document to everything you can learn from Free Electrons site about utilities. Very, very good read, so really worth to do this effort in the next few days. We are also going to send your profile to utilities VC arms. We are going to ask them as well to review your profile and analyze if that is something interesting for them. We know that many of you are right now fundraising or getting ready for that, so that is an extra point for you. And we also want to give you visibility, mentioning some of you in the Free Electrons newsletter that is sent to our big community. So don't wait, apply before the 21st of January. And here is a QR code. So if you didn't get the F-Success link yet, you can scan this code and make sure you have it. Very good. And this is how we reach our time for questions. And I know that many of them are already in the chat. My team was very helpful here. They prepare a list for me. So this is where I will start. First of all, I will go to the question to our guest speakers. Karina, a question to you. You're here with us still, right? I don't see you, but there is a question from Jules. What did you not do in the program that you wish you have done to make most of this opportunity? That's a good one. Karina, are you there? Okay, Karina, I hope we will get you in the moment. I see also there is a yes or no. There is also from Julian as well a question to Christoph about your that's a big one. Sorry, lost the question. No. What are the current hot topics to solve at E.ON at utilities? Christoph, either you want to jump in or I will jump in and say that please do your homework. There is a lot of this answers on, as we already mentioned, visit Free Electrons website. There is a part of partners. Each of the partners have their own pitch deck, which exactly touch about that. Apply before the 21st of January and you are going to get a great report with all of that as well. Oh, Karina, hello. You're back. We have you. We saw you for a moment and we lost you again. But Christoph, I guess this is like a very, very big and broad topic, hard to answer right now. So I will really encourage all of you very curious what kind of challenges to mention in your application to be more specific. You have all this information on our website. Okay. Very good. Moving on to Jean-Philippe, I see a question from you. Very interesting. Hi, how do you define startup? Can a well-established small business participate in the program with the new process of concept? Yes, definitely. This is a program that above definitions of a startup scale-up definitely focuses on solutions that are innovative, solutions that are ready to implement to utilities. So if we're talking about well-established small businesses or the ones just starting, very key is definitely what you bring to the table, and utilities look for readiness to pilot, readiness to make it work. We know that there are many startups that have been applying to the program over the years, and actually one very, very successful startup in the program, I encourage you to reach out to them. It's Advanced Infrastructure from UK. I know that they applied to the program 4 times. They got the 4th time to the program, because also that was the time where they were ready. Their solution was ready to let's say meet with utilities and to do this intensive work in a program. But here, Jean-Philippe, I hope you answer yes, definitely do apply. It seems to be a right moment to go. Good. Philip, I see a question from you. Is the intended outcome of the scheme pilot with 1 or more of the 6 utilities, or is it also investment? If so, do each of the participating utilities have venture arms? Very good question. The program, also it is half a year. It is a great time to start and to build this relationship. Very often it brings the tangible results in the form of this first test, so pilots that startups do with utilities, but I can tell you that throughout the program, there are enough moments as well where VC arms of our utilities get engaged, especially very often in this it is often that in those very early stages, those 2 conversations even go separately. So either well, the VC teams are looking into the whole list of startups, getting to know them, talk to you, and also you have parallel conversation with innovation teams. So definitely this is a real opportunity. We see this as well with the numbers. There are a few, even let's say famous cases where utilities joined for one of the investment rounds for startups as well. So do count on that in the long term, especially, that is a real opportunity. Very good. Next question, moving on here. I see a question related to application forms. Julian, your question is, would you recommend to focus on a single utility, or are models providing, for instance, analytical solutions for the entirety of utilities included in free electrons equally attractive? I don't know, Christoph, would you, if you paid attention to the question, would you like to add? Because I remember once you really well pinpointed the answer here. Is it better to focus on one single utility and one solution, or present the whole spectrum in the application? How do you see that?
I think it makes sense to focus on the most, where you think this is the most strong product you have. So when you present everything, you're, as said before, we have only a few minutes to understand everything in your pitch. And if you present 10 solutions, then we are somehow getting lost. So focus on the one where you think this is the most relevant product offering technology you have. Explain why this is most relevant. And in most of the cases, although maybe only one utility is inviting you, all the others getting interested along the program. So don't pitch just to one, but pitch your most favorite solution.
Yes. Also, I can add, although here, Christoph, you are the decision maker here, but definitely our advice always is to be specific. too vague, is to be too abstract, not clearly showing the value that you are bringing to the table, is not working on your advantage. If that maybe is a matter of showing example of how it would work with one of utilities to give a perspective of what do you have in mind, it will be good. But be specific. I think even if you show the spectrum, being specific about what you bring to the table is a key rule. Thank you.
So maybe adding on this. So if you think only, and you have all your homework, and if you think only one utility fits to your product, because none of the others have this business field where your product fits, then you should think, is the program the right format for you? Yeah, then you can directly talk to the utility. You don't need a program where you waste time with 5 others. They don't have an application for your product.
That's a very good perspective, and always exactly important to think that this is a program where you have 6 utilities, and being selected will have to mean that there are multiple opportunities with them. Okay. Good. Moving on. We still have 5 minutes. I still have something very, very cool to show to all of you, but I have nice questions. What's an Shanez? I hope I read the name well. What's an underrated metric utilities care about that startups rarely optimize for? What's the most impressive pilot to scale journey you've seen, and what made it work? I guess 2 questions here. Christoph, you're still here with us. I'm very glad. Would you like to jump in for that underrated metric utilities care about?
Underrated metric. So that's a
maybe
pretty
not
new
obvious
question.
secret sauce.
And wow, underrated metric. I think an underrated metric is that you understand that you know who's in the room from the utilities, and that you customize your pitch in a way that the guys in the room from utilities understand. And we framed it at the beginning. You don't have, at least at the beginning, detailed business experts there. You have the ones mostly from innovation departments and our job is to connect you to the ones. So due to the fact that we are not experts, we need to understand on a high level, what is your value promise? How do you make it happen? And what is actually the value it might bring to our business units? So it's overrated how detailed we need to understand your technology, and it's underrated how important it is to understand the entire story.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. And the second question, I'm happy to jump in. I have actually 2 really nice examples. You asked about what's the most impressive pilot to scale journey you've seen and what made it work. 2 good examples for you to get an idea of what can happen in the program. Still this year, we onboarded top 30 startups for the bootcamp, and even before the bootcamp started, we already had the first pilot. That can be as quick because everything matched. It was a quick meeting. It was also a continuation of what was already in mind, and that was a quick and no-brainer yes. And ESB and Rewind signed the pilot, and we had the first handshake picture at the bootcamp. Another great example of free electrons is also what we saw this year. It is a startup participating in the 8th edition, so 2024. Startup called Pixforce from Brazil. They participated in the program, and I must say that throughout the year of the program, they did not result in any of the pilots. So they finished the program with lots of conversation going on. However, nothing sort of tangible, real. Today, Pixforce opened their office in Hong Kong with collaboration with CLP, and this is not only a pilot, but this is next full deployment that they are doing with CLP. And I know that PixForce as well opened and is working on their Portuguese office, so they are scaling up with utilities. I hope that give you an inspiration as well. As for the scale, I'm looking at the time. We are running out of time. So I am going to stop here, and I hope that that was enough. If you still have a question that was not answered here, chat with us, ask us if this is really a doubt of yours. But before you go, I want to tell you that you are here today with us. We are going to give you even a gift before, so it's like, pre-Christmas gift. We are going to send you, together with the follow-up email, a short ebook with absolutely all the tips. I hope that it will help you to fill out the applications. We are waiting for your applications before the 21st of December, so that we can send you a Christmas gift with all the perks. And one more time, I hope all of you have link open, and that is everything for today. We really want to thank you for being here with us during this session today. It was great to get all of those questions, your involvement. I hope you feel encouraged, energized to be part of Free Electrons, and we hope to see you as well very, very soon. Do talk to us if you have any doubts, and have a great rest of the day. Thank you very much for being here.